Okay guys, so we're going to be talking about tangents on today's lesson. So a tangent is when you have a circle, right? You have a circle. Well, that's not a circle. Okay, you have a circle and you have a line. So a tangent means that this line is going to get really close to the circle until it touches it one time only. So that would be a tangent right there. Okay, it is not a tangent if it touches it in two places. So this is not a tangent because it's touching the circle on the top and the bottom. Okay, this is a tangent because it only can touch it once. So that is a tangent. The moment that you turn the line a little bit, it moves to a new spot where it touches the circle, the tangent, the point of tangency. So here it's a little bit lower. The more I tilt the line, the more I then have to move to where the new point of tangency. Okay, once the line is flatter, it will touch it on the bottom. So once the line is flat, it can touch it at the bottom or at the top, so it's still a tangent. And you can continue to turn the line, like tilt the slope of it, right? Make it more slanted, and you are then touching it at a new place. So here you go, it keeps going around the circle the more I rotate it. And then around and around. All right, but that is a tangent. Okay, the important part about a tangent, so I'm going to leave it right here, is that if you make a line from the radius, so a radius is from the middle to, we're going to talk about the middle to the tangent. So from here to here, right, there you go, it actually makes a 90-degree angle. And that's the important part of what we're talking about, that we're going to be creating those 90-degree angles. All right, so let's talk about our vocab. So if you look at the little picture here, you can see that we have a tangent. This is the tangent line. Okay, so the tangent line is AB. Okay, that's the tangent line. The radius would be called AP or PA. That's the radius. And then when you make the radius to the tangent, it makes that 90-degree angle. All right, so a tangent line intersects a circle at exactly one point called the point of tangency. Okay, the tangent line can only touch the circle once. Okay, it cannot touch the circle twice because then it's not a tangent. A line is tangent to a circle if and only if it is perpendicular. So perpendicular means that it is creating that 90-degree angle. Perpendicular normally looks like this. So it looks exactly like that right there. To a radius. It is perpendicular to the radius drawn to the point of tangency. Okay, so you get this perpendicular line with the 90-degree. It looks kind of like a T. The symbol, like on a test, is an upside down T with the 90-degree. So that means perpendicular. Just like two straight lines mean parallel. But that one is perpendicular. All right, so what we are going to do is I'll come back to numbers 1 and 2. We're actually going to start on 3. And what we're going to do is they are telling you in the directions, it says JK is tangent, okay? So this line is tangent. They're not asking you whether it is or not. They're just saying yes, like it is a tangent, and we're going to find X. Okay, so if this is a tangent and the radius is LJ, then that means we just created a 90-degree box right here. That's the important part. Remember, the tangent should be on the outside of the circle, only touching the circle once. So that's why it's the green line. And then the radius is from the middle to the end. This is another radius right here from L, and then it stops right there. So you can't say LK is a radius. That's not true. But L to the end of the circle is another radius, and then LJ is a radius. So we get that 90-degree. So then what happens is we're really just dealing with this triangle, and we're just going to find the missing side of the triangle. So we could draw, we don't need to draw the new triangle, but we have a side that's 7, a side that's 19, and we are trying to find how long the side with X is, and we know that we have a 90-degree angle. So that means we can use Pythagorean theorem. So remember, Pythagorean theorem tells us it is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. It means you are going to square all of them. 7 squared, x squared, 19 squared. and then you are going to add the 2 legs. So that means not the hypotenuse. You do not add the hypotenuse. Okay, this is the hypotenuse. This is the side that does not get added. Another way to know that is to put a plus sign in the 90-degree box. If you put a plus sign here, you can tell that the plus sign is touching the side with 7 and the side with 19. So you're going to be adding those two. Doesn't matter which one you put first. I'm going to put 7 squared plus 19 squared equals x squared. So 7, I decided to put that one first. 19, second. And then the x squared, the one that I'm missing, goes at the end. And then we're just going to do our math and solve. Okay, 7 times 7, 19 times 19. Okay, 7 times 7 is 49. 19 times 19. 361. Then I am going to follow my math. It's telling me to add these two numbers. And I get 410. And then at the very end, to get rid of a squared is a square root. So we're going to do square root of both sides. So what that does is these two cancel each other out. Now we only have x left over, which means we're at the answer. And then now we just got to take the square root of 410. Which is 20.2. It didn't really tell us to round, so it didn't say round or not round, so you could leave the answer as the square root of 410, but we're going to round, so we'll round to 20.2. So it means this side right here, this green side measures 20.2. All right, so that's how you do number 3. Okay, number 4, automatically they get trickier. Okay, and I want you to notice the difference between 3 and 6 right here. Okay, these are similar. Why? Because if you look at 25, see how 25 has these little lines telling you that the whole thing is 25. And the one that we just did that too with x. It told you the whole side is x. But 4 and 5 do not do that, okay? So there's a reason why they don't do that. The top is x because it's just one whole side. The one on the left is 11, but the last one is not 7. Only this piece is 7 and then it stops. But you should be able to figure out how much it is from the circle to the middle. Okay, if you take a second to think about it, you should figure out that it is 11. And why is it 11? Because on this side, from the circle to the middle, it's 11. So from here, from the circle to the middle, it's 11. They're the same exact piece. So I'm going to put 11. And then if I want to know the whole thing, then I would add 11 and 7, and that would make 18. So really, the triangle that I'm talking about is x, 11, and 18. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. We're really just talking about those 3 sides. And then where is the 90-degree angle? The 90-degree angle is on the tangent. This is the tangent, and then the radius. So the 90-degree angle is at J. Okay, that is where you would put your plus sign. Your plus sign goes here. So that means you are adding x and 11. So you want to square them all again. 11 squared, x squared, 18 squared. And you should only be adding the x and the 11. Those are the 2 that you add. You do not add the 18. So you are adding these 2. It might help on your paper if you also circle them. So 11 squared plus x squared equals 18 squared. And you're just going to follow your math. 11 times 11 is 121. Bring down the plus x squared. These two, it doesn't matter the order. You could put x or 11 first. That's fine. And then 18 squared is 324.
Please transition to period 7.
We're in 7th hour now. Okay, you are going to subtract. You're going to move this number to the right. So you're going to subtract 121. And we get 203. And at the very end, you take the square root. Okay, square root. So these cancel. We take the square root of 203. And we get x equals 14.2. So what does that mean? It means that the top piece right here measures 14.2 from J to K. All right, I'm using blue and red, and that's about it. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. If I'm going too fast or too slow, you could speed it up or slow it down. All right, so we're gonna skip number 5 because it has foiling. So there's a different type of multiplication that happens when you get this. So we're just gonna completely skip number 5. All right, so let's go to number 6. So number 6, this one, they did not cut it. It's just 25, which is good. This side is x. This side is 11. Okay, that's a radius. So from the edge to the middle is 11. So from the edge to the middle, we have another 11. So really, that side is 22, not 11. So we want to label this side 22. So I'm going to hide the 11 because I don't really need it. And instead, I'm going to replace it with the 22. Okay, so this side right here is 22 because it was 2 11s. And then where is the 90 degree? Well, again, at J, because this is the tangent. So it's right here. All right, well, we're going to put a plus sign in there. And what is the plus sign touching? It's touching the 22 and the x. Those are the two that are going to get added. But make sure that you square them. Okay, everything should be squared. So it turns into 22 squared plus x squared equals 25 squared. And then you guys should be able to solve it from here. 22 times 22. $484. The x squared, you bring it down. And then 25 times 25, 625. You're going to subtract 484. And we get 141. And then at the end, square root. So x equals whatever the square root of 141 is, which is 11.9. All right, there you go. Okay, so we've done the front of the worksheet. Well, actually, we skipped the top two. So for the top two, what it is it's asking you to determine if it is or is not a tangent. All right, so the way that you do that is they're trying to say, hey, which one is the tangent? The tangent is the one that doesn't go through the circle. So it's not AP. That's not a tangent because it's going inside the circle. Okay, it's not PA because, again, it's going in the circle. The tangent is AB. They're asking you, hey, is this line right here a tangent? And if it is a tangent, then it would make a 90-degree angle. And if it does make a 90-degree angle, then the right triangle would work. So Pythagorean theorem would work. Again, so we square them all. We put a plus sign in the 90 degree, and it is touching the 15 and the 8. So then those are the two that get added. 15 squared plus 8 squared, or you could put 8 first, equals 17 squared. Now, at the end, if it is true, then yes. But if it's false, then no. So you just got to check what 15 times 15 is, 8 times 8, 17 times 17. That's what you're checking. Okay, so 15 times 15, 225. 18 times 18. All right, I need to take out my Desmos calculator. We get 324. And then 17 squared is 289. So if we add these two, is it going to make the same answer as the one on the right? And I definitely don't think so. But we'll check. Oh no, wait, my bad. Okay, I did this wrong. I don't know how I got that this is this. That's not right. So I know that 8 squared is, was because I thought it was an 18, but it's a 64. 8 times 8 is 64. Okay, so now we're going to add those two together, and we get 289, and it does equal 289. Okay, so when you multiply these 15 times 15, 8 times 8, and you add them, you get 289. And when you do 17 times 17, you get the same answer. So this is true. So it means it is a tangent. It means that AB, this line right here on the outside, whoa. This line is a tangent. Is a tangent. So it kind of works like the same way that we were doing it before. Number 2 is the same thing, but this one does have that cutting where you have 14, you have 11, and then this side is not 5. It's only 5 right here, okay? So that piece is 5. But we know that this is another radius, which is 11. So if you put them together, you get 16. Okay, so from here to here, we get 16, because 5 plus 11 is 16. All right. The right triangle would be over here. That's where the plus sign goes. We got to square them all. And you are adding the 14 and the 11. So 11 squared plus 14 squared equals 16 squared. And you're just checking if that's true or false. Okay, 11 times 11, I know that's 121. 14 times 14, I don't know what that is. We get 196. And then 16 squared, we get 256. So then we're going to add these two, and if the answer is 256, then it's true. But if it's not, then it's false. And we get 317, which is not 256. So it means that AB is not a tangent, because it was false. All right, so for the back of the worksheet, you guys should be able to finish the top two. They're exactly the same. They're exactly the same. Okay, your 90-degree goes in this corner. That is where you're going to put a plus sign. And then just be careful that you actually finish this side, because they only told you this piece is 3.5. So you're still missing another one. Put them together, and then that would be the number that you're using for the side. Same thing for number 8. This one should be doable. But I guess I'll help you out with this one. If this is x, then this is another x. So if we put them together, x plus x is 2x. So this side is actually 2x, and that's the number that you want to be using. All right, you're going to put your 90-degree box in J, and that's where the plus sign goes, so you want to square them. And then you're going to be adding those right there. 7 squared plus 2x squared, and it equals 25 squared. Okay, so 7 squared. Here we can just do 2 times 2, which is 4, and then x squared equals 25 squared. You guys should be able to finish it from there. All right, and then for the last part, you guys do have an Alex. These are 2 of the Alex problems that I pulled up. Maybe you got lucky and yours is the same. You don't really need to read it because the numbers are on the picture. So they're already on the picture. For me, normally I just go to what do they want me to find. I don't even, if I look at a sentence and all the numbers are on the picture, then I do not read it because they're already on the picture. So I can look at the picture and see what's going on. And then all I need to do is look at what they're wanting me to find. So they are asking me to find OU. So that would be how long is this piece right there. That's what they're asking me to find. So why would they be asking me that? Well, because there's a triangle. Okay, so we're going to use the knowledge of the triangle. And then one of them is a tangent. So, I mean, I guess you can read that part. They do tell you that they're tangents. So they say UV, this line, is a tangent, and UW is a tangent. They're both tangents. And because they're both tangents and they both go to U, they meet at U, then they're actually the same size. So if one of them is 9, this one is also 9. All right, so that's the most important part about that we now figured out that this side is also 9. Okay, the 90 degree would go in this corner, and basically we are finding x. You want to know how long this side is. You're going to square them all. You're going to put a plus sign in here, and that means you're adding these two. Okay, so you're just going to do your math. 9 squared plus 5.2 squared equals x squared. And it's not too hard from there. You're just going to do 9 times 9 and 5.2 times 5.2. 9 times 9 is 81. And then 5.2 squared is 27.04. And we get x squared. We're going to add these together. Plus, so we get 108.04. And then at the end, square root. So I got x equals 10.39, which I guess is 10.4. That's what I would probably plug into the answer. Alex didn't say what to round to, but because they rounded to 1 decimal place, I'm also going to copy them, and that's probably right. For this one, same thing. Okay, they tell you that RS, this side, and RT are tangent, so it means they're the same size. Okay, they're exactly the same. And if we don't know both of them, then that's where X goes. So it means you can find this answer, and then this side would be the same answer. And that's what they want you to find. Okay, that's what we're finding. We're finding the missing side. So if you look, we're finding RT, we're finding this side. Well, if we figure out RS, then we have the answer to RT. So we're going to call it X, because that's the side that we're trying to find. The important part is that OR, so from the middle all the way to R, it is 5.2. Okay, it's not a piece, it's the whole thing. And then this side is 2.4, so that's good. We're going to put a 90 degree. We're going to add. So we're adding these two. They do have to be squared. And then we're just going to follow the math. So x squared plus 2.4 squared equals 5.1 squared. And then you just got to solve. So multiply and multiply. And then 5.1 squared. Okay, so we get x squared, 5.76, and then 26.01. We are going to subtract 5.76, 5.76, and we get x squared equals 20.25, and then you take the square root. And I got 4.5. X equals 4.5. And since they rounded to 1 decimal place, then that's what I'll do also. And that's it. That's the worksheet.